sparred him. I know you sparred Tank early on. He's one of the best in the game, super strong. What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first, but it was great work. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both like going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match, and it was fun.
Gervonta Davis lost it on Curmel Moton on Live after he called him out for a fight. Not everyone is fortunate enough to receive training and mentorship from the legendary Floyd Mayweather Jr. However, among the privileged few stands Curmel Moton, a promising young boxing talent hailing from Utah. At just 18 years old, Moton showcased his skills in a recent bout against Nikolai Buzilin, which took place during the undercard of Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. With a resounding victory under his belt, Moton's future in the boxing world appears promising. Following his impressive win, promoter Floyd Mayweather announced that Moton will once again grace the ring, this time on the undercard of his exhibition rematch with John Gotti III. Floyd Mayweather's protege triumphed over Buzolin at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California, delivering a relentless second-round onslaught that compelled the referee to halt the fight. Promptly thereafter, his promoter scheduled his next bout. After parting ways with Mayweather Promotions, Gervonta Davis stands as the undeniable standout from the stable. Mayweather, in search of a new rising star for his promotion company, might have identified another potential sensation. Talking about Moton's upcoming fight, Mayweather expressed his admiration for the boxer and revealed, "A lot of my fighters are fighting in Mexico on my undercard of my exhibition. Curmel and in total 6 or 7 of my fighters, I got fighting." In June 2023, Mayweather and Gotti's initial bout ended abruptly in the 6th round when Mayweather ceased punching, yet Gotti persisted in his attempts. Chaos ensued as members from both camps stormed the ring, sparking a massive brawl. The incident marked a highly contentious match. Despite this, they have resolved to face off once more on August 24th, aiming to finally resolve their differences in the ring. Mayweather mentioned that Moton is slated to feature on the undercard for the upcoming event in Mexico City, though his opponent remains undecided. While revealing this detail, Mayweather appeared to draw a blank on the names of other boxers he promotes, highlighting his apparent fondness for Moton, who is 47 years old. After competing in 4 professional matches to date, Curmel Moton boasts an impressive amateur record of 61 wins and 3 losses. Following his victory over Buzilin, Mayweather entered the ring to embrace him in celebration of his triumph. Even before the fight, Money, while talking about Moton, had stated, "When he walked into my gym, I think he was like either 8 or 9 years old. He could have even been 6 or 7, but he was a young kid. From the beginning, I could see a lot of talent in this kid." Mayweather also disclosed that Moton had previously trained in the gym with his father and several other coaches. He further added, "Very, very talented kid, and I'm happy that I'm able to be a part of his life and take him to that next level." Curmel Moton, who recently celebrated his 18th birthday, became a topic of interest amidst major boxing events from Canelo Alvarez, Jaime Munguia's Cinco de Mayo show, to Gervonta Davis and David Benavidez's headline-grabbing bout. Nonetheless, his banter with Tank Davis has now sparked amusement among fans. Curmel Moton's most recent update on X suggests he took the fight on short notice. At the final weigh-in, he tipped the scales at 133.5 pounds, showcasing his commitment with a video of the weigh-in process. He said, "Made weight per usual. Once again, another one of my opponents missed weight, this time by 3 pounds. But regardless, we're still accepting the fight, and I'll handle business tomorrow." 4-0. The disclosure naturally sparked interest from various quarters. One eager fan quipped, "135 this time?" Curmel Moton promptly clarified that the adjustment pertained solely to this particular bout, citing the short notice he received for the fight. Before his recent bout, he followed a rigorous training regimen and customary pre-fight rituals. He anticipates returning to the featherweight or super featherweight category. Notably, his debut professional fight against Ezekiel Flores was fought at 130 pounds. Subsequently, in his next match against Hunter Trubifil, he dropped back down to 126 pounds. Next, there was hope for the bout between Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis. Curmel Moton's name, however, was missing from the final battle card details, maybe as a result of his continuing feud with Floyd Mayweather Jr., the young boxer's longtime coach and promoter, and their own interactions, with some even wondering that Bro Tank really kicked out Moton of the card. Curmel Moton advised everyone everyone to stay tuned for updates, citing a scheduling conflict that postponed his June 15th fight. On the other hand, the boxing world is buzzing over the news of Leonard Ellerbe, longtime CEO and close confidant of Floyd Mayweather Jr., departing the group. Following this, reports indicate that 2 up-and-coming prospects have found new opportunities. There are also murmurs about another promising contender, possibly having issues with the promotions. Gervonta Davis Promotions, known as GTD Promotions, has sparked a legendary online feud between the lightweight champion and his former mentor and promoter, Floyd Mayweather Jr. In recent times, however, he hasn't held back from taking verbal jabs at Curmel Moton either. Recall their exchange? Moton posted a collage of photos featuring Mayweather Jr. and hailed it as the best team in boxing. Davis shot back with clinical precision. You won't be on the June 15th card either. Curmel Moton's absence from the June 15th Gervonta Davis and David Benavidez twin headliner raised questions among fans. In response, the Mayweather protege assured everyone to stay tuned for updates from his side. Moton clarified that he couldn't participate in the event due to prior commitments. Once again, Tank offered guidance to the 18-year-old. Next time, be a man of your own, Lil Clown. Don't forget the reason why you are throwing up that ape. Recent events at Mayweather Promotions could be seen by many fans as stemming from ongoing developments, ranging from Floyd Mayweather's rumored financial issues to Ellerbe's departure. These factors likely played a role in the current challenges confronting the promotion. Mayweather, renowned for his adept use of the Philly shell and shoulder roll, exited professional boxing unscathed with a flawless 50-0 record. Despite challenges from formidable opponents like Manny Pacquiao and Canelo Alvarez, none managed to crack his impenetrable defense. His skill was such that even the most skilled opponents appeared amateurish in comparison. It's astounding that he has never been struck by a blow from an opponent. The key question now is, though, can the younger boxers be able to defeat him? Kenny Ellis, the renowned boxing coach, suggests that Gervonta Davis could finally decipher the Mayweather puzzle. Ellis advocates for a clash between Davis and Mayweather, envisioning a dramatic showdown fueled by lingering tensions and the intriguing narrative of former allies turned rivals. Prepare for a showdown steeped in rivalry, promising an electrifying spectacle. Can Gervonta Davis be the one to rival Mayweather's legacy? Or will Mayweather overlook Kenny's jab? Following John Gotti 3, could money select Davis as his next challenger? Davis's trainer has issued the challenge, leaving Mayweather with the decision in his hands. When will the all-time great boxer stop spinning the fans and give them a thrilling bout? Taking to Instagram, Gervonta Davis's trainer wrote, "Gervonta Davis can decode the shoulder roll if Floyd can fight another exhibition. He can fight another fight if he is great as he says he is. Let's stop spinning the fans. Gervonta versus Floyd." Tank was a rising star under Mayweather Promotions until his departure in 2022, just prior to his bout against Rolly Romero. Since then, the undefeated boxing phenom Davis has found himself in ongoing conflict with his former mentor, Floyd Mayweather, despite his continued success. Mayweather envisioned transforming Gervonta Davis into a standout star within his promotion, sparing no effort to secure Davis's signature on the contract. Gervonta once said in an interview, "I was asked what Floyd did for the whole summer before I signed with him. Before I even signed anything on paper, he already bought me cars. He bought me jewelry and things like that." Their paths diverged unexpectedly. Despite their amicable separation in 2022, tensions flared when Davis accused Floyd Mayweather of barring him from training at his gym before the Ryan Garcia bout. However, their rift dissolved when they were spotted jubilantly together in the ring after Gervonta Davis triumphed over King Rai. Their professional rapport has been tumultuous, characterized by frequent shifts between collaboration and conflict, recently culminating in unresolved issues surfacing over the past few months. Recently, Davis went as far as cautioning fighters against signing with Floyd's promotional company. He wrote on his Instagram story, "If you sign with this fraud, he will mess up your career. He's not a good businessman at all. Accusations are flying from all directions, with Floyd allegedly making a veiled jab at Davis, suggesting modern fighters squander their earnings instead of saving for the future or investing wisely." In response, Gervonta Davis countered by disclosing an incident where Floyd was reportedly stranded in Dubai due to unresolved financial obligations. Considering all factors, the backstory holds enough intrigue to potentially become a blockbuster pay-per-view attraction. Furthermore, it presents Floyd with an opportunity to set another record. Should he accept the challenge from the reigning WBA lightweight champion, he could vie to become the sport's oldest world champion, placing himself alongside the esteemed ranks of Bernard Hopkins and George Foreman. Will the 47-year-old veteran dare to extend his professional record to 51-0, or will he opt to avoid facing the 29-year-old Davis, choosing instead to engage in lucrative exhibition matches against opponents clearly beneath his level. Nonetheless, the prospect of an unstoppable force like Gervonta Davis, boasting 28 knockouts in 30 fights against the immovable veteran Floyd Mayweather, sparks vivid speculation. On the other hand, Gervonta Davis swiftly reacted to Curmel Moton's challenge for a bout, despite Moton's absence from the Gervonta Frank Martin undercard. Speculation swirls about Moton's reasons for not fighting, but when someone hinted that Davis might be involved, the young prodigy's response elicited a sharp retort from the lightweight champion. What stirred Tank Davis's strong reaction to this issue?
And also, you never know with him. You watching the fight, you never know what punch you're gonna land and put dude out, you know.
It's widely believed that this situation arose because Moton has been closely linked with his mentor and guide, Floyd Mayweather Jr. It appears that the rift between the boxing legend and his protege is expanding beyond their personal relationship. Recently, Tank took to social media to discuss Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s supposed predicament in Dubai, allegedly due to financial commitments. This came after a follower speculated whether the money was effectively trapped in the city. In response, through his Instagram story, the undefeated former champion shared a few clips of the lightweight champion dancing, with the former calling out, "We always knew had a little sugar in his tank." In 2015, Team Mayweather set forth on a transformative path with a budding Gervonta Davis, steering him towards the pinnacle of world championship triumph. Today, they've embraced another rising star in Curmel Moton. A mere 8-year-old on his debut at Mayweather's Salt Lake City gym, Moton has meticulously refined his craft under their seasoned guidance. His evolution from amateur standout to seasoned professional reached a pinnacle on September 30th last year, captivating global audiences with his remarkable journey. Curmel Moton, a seasoned companion in training with both Davis and Shakur, boldly predicts that Devin Haney will outshine both Tank and Shakur in the weight division of Terence Crawford. Having long admired Gervonta Davis as a boxing icon, Moton also holds deep respect for Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Stevenson himself lauded Moton's prowess after their intense sparring session, underscoring Moton's exceptional speed and skill as Stevenson prepared for his bout against Shuichiro Yoshino. With his unwavering support for Haney, Stevenson, and Davis, the burning question persists. If these three were to collide at 147 pounds, who would triumph? In the stature department, Gervonta Davis holds firm at 5 feet 5 inches, while Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson stand tall at 5 feet 8 inches. Recently, Haney made a bold leap to super lightweight, taking on Regis Prograis for the prized WBC Super Lightweight Championship last year. After a hard-fought 12-round contest, Haney clinched victory through a unanimous decision. Given Haney's stature and impressive track record, Curmel Moton confidently predicts Haney's triumph over both Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis in a potential 147-pound showdown, reminiscent of Terence Crawford's undisputed championship era. Curmel Moton told Champside, "At 147, Devin, I feel like Devin's the only one big enough to go up that high. They are all great. I don't even think they'll fight as of right now, so we'll see in the future. Nevertheless, it will be up to us boxing fans to wait and see whether Davis, Haney, and Shakur want to go up to the welterweight division."
So some people consider Shakur, Tank, and Devin the big three. I saw some of your tweets about them. You showed them a lot of love, like you rock with all of them. If you had to put your money on the line, who you think is going to be the last one standing?
At what weight?
Call it 140, 147, something like that. You know, depending on how far they go up.
At 147, Devin, I feel like Devin the only one big enough to go up that high.
Yeah, Tank won't go to 47, right, but maybe 40 or something.
They're all great. I don't know. I don't even think they'll fight, really. As of right now, it don't even look like none of them gonna fight each other. So we'll see in the future.
Countless young boxers aspire to emulate Gervonta Davis, hailed as the epitome of boxing excellence. Yet, Curmel Moton, rising from the same gym, mirrors Davis in remarkable ways. Both cite Floyd Mayweather as their mentor, highlighting a profound parallel between them. And this is merely the start of their shared journey. In the realm of boxing, one stands tall as the undisputed pound-for-pound champion, while another shines brightly as the rising star on the horizon. Moton, affectionately known as Tank 2.0, has emerged as a standout from Floyd's gym, capturing the admiration of numerous fans. Reflecting on his nickname in a recent interview with Cigar Talk, the young boxing prodigy shared his thoughts on being likened to Tank 2.0. During his chat with Moton, the host, Najee brought up the nickname circulating about him, probing how he personally perceived it. Moton candidly shared that he once took pleasure in being dubbed Tank 2.0. Recollecting his amateur days, Moton admitted he saw it as a form of flattery, as it likened him to Tank, a renowned figure in boxing celebrated for his exceptional prowess in the sport.
Compare you to Tank, you know what I'm saying? You get that a lot just because, you know, it's the Mayweather gym, you light skinned, y'all got power, you feel me? When you hear that, like when they call you Tank 2.0 or whatever the case is, how do you feel about that?
I used to take it as like a compliment. When I was an amateur, I used to take it as a compliment. Because they comparing me to Tank, you know, he faced the boxing, like the biggest names in the sport, real high skilled.
Moton's perspective has shifted significantly. He now embraces a new identity. Sharing with Naji, Moton expressed his aspiration to establish a distinct reputation, prioritizing authenticity over being labeled as a mere upgrade or imitation. Thus, Moton's sentiments about being branded Tank 2.0 by supporters reflect only part of his views on the boxing community's perception of him.
But now I feel like I want to make a name for myself. I don't want to be 2.0 or nobody. I want to be the first me, you know, and make my own name. So
I respect that. So you gonna tell niggas stop calling you that? Like, yo, bro, stop calling me that.
In the world of boxing, the true challenge doesn't lie in months spent in training camp, the fear of taking a hit, or even the fear of defeat itself. As highlighted by Moton in his January 25th post, the greatest challenge of all is ensuring the fans remain satisfied. Hardest part, I would say, is trying to please boxing fans. They are the phoniest in the world, Moton wrote. However, Moton's preferences have changed, and he now goes by a different name. After his recent match against Edwin de los Santos, Shakur Stevenson faced a barrage of criticisms for what many saw as a lackluster performance. Known for charging through opponents in the ring, Stevenson, often dubbed Big Deal, adamantly rejects comparisons to Tank 2.0. Whether fans will respect his stance as he prepares for his upcoming third professional bout remains to be seen. However, Curmel Moton said it without stating it. Moton told Boxing Scene, "There's a lot of hype around me, and I've got big shoes to fill. I'm ready for it, and that's why I'm putting in all the work. It's wholly unfair to burden an 18-year-old with the intense pressure of aspiring to become the next Floyd Mayweather Jr." Hailing from Las Vegas, Moton has already started with a 2-0 record and is wholeheartedly embracing the grind required to translate his abundant skills into achieving the same level of success as his mentor, who had a Hall of Fame career. Many accomplished athletes in the field are keenly anticipating upcoming events. When Elijah Garcia, the undefeated top-ranked Phoenix middleweight, fell ill in March, his scheduled fight was canceled from the subscriber-only opening segment of the Amazon Prime Video pay-per-view event. This event originally showcased the Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora two-belt junior middleweight title fight at T-Mobile Arena. Instead, Moton's match against Anthony Cuba was featured on the card. Moton told Boxing Scene that his strategy involves participating in swing bouts across as many PBC Amazon Prime Video cards as possible. This plan is designed to keep him active and strategically position him to gain the exposure that many believe he deserves. Moton was introduced to boxing by his father, Curtis Moton, shortly after turning 5 years old. The family later moved to Las Vegas, where Curtis started showing his son Mayweather's fight videos. He said, "That made me dream. I wanted to be a world champion, and I took it from there." Shane Mosley, a former 3-division world champion, anticipates a fierce battle in Gervonta Davis's upcoming unification match against Lomachenko. He predicts that Davis will encounter formidable challenges against Lomachenko, expecting him to absorb more punches. Mosley believes Davis might find it tougher to execute his trademark counter shots, unlike his previous opponents. "I can see that Lomachenko is going to land a lot of shots on him, but I can also see Davis catch him with a counter left or some power shots because Lomachenko could leave himself open for something unexpected," said Shane Mosley to Fight Hub TV, analyzing a potential fight between Gervonta Davis and Vasily Lomachenko in November. Frank Martin landed multiple punches on Tank, clearly marking his face and causing swelling before eventually succumbing to an uppercut in the 8th round on June 15th. Tank's significant power rescued him during the fight, just as it seemed he might lose. At 29 years old, Tank faces the risk of his first defeat against Lomachenko if he fails to secure one of his trademark fight-saving knockouts. Such an outcome would be a disappointment to Tank and his fans, who currently view him as unbeatable. Mosley said, "Lomachenko landing a lot of shots could give him a lot of confidence, and that's how Tank always knocks guys out when they come to him. It's going to be a great fight. I would love to see Tank handle this." Should Lomachenko land multiple blows on Tank, Tank will start to worry about getting caught by one of his counterpunches. Tank is renowned for constantly trying to deliver a single, devastating punch, which may work against a cautious opponent like Lomachenko. Mosley added, "It's going to be a difficult fight for Tank, and it could be a surprising fight for Lomachenko because he's a little older. Maybe his timing is not the same, and Davis has the opportunity to catch him. To win, Tank needs to deliver strong blows that either stop Lomachenko completely or cause him to stumble many times. If he wants to win by decision, he can't just score 1 or 2 solid blows every round. round because he won't likely be able to outbox Lomachenko. According to Mosley, he had to take some time to trick him because Frank knew all the stuff that Tank does. So he kind of waited for him and stuck him with the uppercut. Tank did a good job of cornering the mouse and getting the right shot in. Mosley further added, a lot of times when people go after Tank for the knockout, that's when he catches them with the counter. It was probably harder to get the counter in the beginning against Frank because Frank knew not to press him too much. Martin played cautiously up until the 7th round, when he started to be caught a lot and started to decline. However, Lomachenko keeps up a good stamina that keeps him from tiring out in later rounds and making easy pickings. According to Mosley, I think of all the lightweights, Shakur is probably one of the top ones because he's a boxer. Even Devin Haney would be a hard fight for Davis because he should be moving around. Shakur Stevenson intends to avoid direct exchanges with Tank, opting instead to deliver rapid, accurate punches to thwart counters. Should Shakur adopt this approach, Tank will need to aggressively pursue him to land his own shots. Cuban boxer Robesi Ramirez utilized a similar tactic to overcome Shakur Stevenson in the 2016 Olympics. Ramirez encountered difficulties in closing the distance, frequently ending up in clinches. After parting ways with Mayweather Promotions, Gervonta Davis openly criticized Floyd Mayweather several times. Davis asserted that he had surpassed Mayweather in achievements and branded money a fraud. Subsequently, Davis blocked Mayweather's protege, Curmel Moton, from participating in the undercard of his fight against Frank Martin. Moton has since responded to rumors about tension between him and Davis. Gervonta Davis's return to the ring against Frank Martin was highly anticipated, with reports suggesting it sold between 325,000 and 350,000 PPVs in the US. This spotlight made a spot on the Davis versus Martin undercard a valuable opportunity for rising star Moton, promising substantial exposure. However, when Moton praised Floyd Mayweather in a tweet amidst banter with Davis, it seemed he was siding with Mayweather over Davis. Angered by this perceived loyalty shift, Davis promptly canceled Moton's scheduled bout on the June 15th undercard. Before his battle on the undercard of Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal II, Fight Hype asked Moton about his feud with Davis. Moton added, "Yeah, I wouldn't call it beef. Him and Floyd had some beef going on, and I had posted a tweet of me and Floyd. I guess it was bad timing to post it. Tank felt it was directed towards him, so, he took it the way he took it. Things happen, and that's in the past. I'm not really worried about it." Moton proudly proclaimed his association with Floyd, even as worries surfaced about Mayweather Promotions following Leonard Ellerby's departure. Moton added, "I got my team. I know Floyd got my back, and I got a really strong team. I trust them. I'm going to get on these cards and put out great performances." Curmel further mentioned that Floyd had given him assurances about the opportunities that would arise in this circumstance. When Davis parted ways with Moton, what did Mayweather say to him? He said, "He just told me, don't worry about it. There's a whole bunch of other cards. So, I'm right back on this one. So, there's more and more opportunities coming," he concluded with aspiration. Is Curmel Moton showing signs of rivalry towards Gervonta Davis? The rising star from Mayweather's camp has emphasized to boxing fans that his opinions are deliberate. He openly recognized Gervonta Davis as the face of boxing. However, there's a conspicuous absence in Davis's accomplishments when compared to most others on his record, except for one: David Benavidez, a respected super middleweight champion whom Canelo Alvarez has yet to challenge. So why did Moton, once a teammate of Davis and Floyd Mayweather's camp, choose not to include Tank in his top 5? Curmel doesn't attribute dropping Davis from the top 5 active fighters list to a sense of betrayal. Let's reconsider the list to understand his reasoning. A boxing fan asked on X, "Top 5 active boxers right now?" To which Moton replied, "Usyk, Bud, Inoue, Canelo, Benavidez." Miffed by the fact that Davis doesn't feature in Moton's top 5 list, another fan opined, "Come on, young G, you looked up to Tank at one point. Don't be mendacious and say otherwise." Tank's performance on Saturday really establishes that he's on his way to become a Hall of Fame great. Don't be induced by another man's ideology. That's their own thing. Moton defended his choice of fighters, highlighting the unmatched achievements of at least 4 boxers, a level of distinction he feels the Baltimore native has not yet reached. Curmel contends that Benavidez, included in the selection, is a fighter whom Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion, has actively evaded facing. While acknowledging that Tank is the top dog in the lightweight division, he replied, "He is the face of boxing and has just as many skills as anyone on the list. The rest of them were or are undisputed champs, and I feel like Canelo is ducking David, so I put him at 5. Everybody knows Tank is like that." Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.